try to enhance yourself. You're beautiful the way you are, and there are men that will love you for who you are and who you will become. Meaning that, you know, even if you do gain weight, they will love you through it all. Because that's even in the case that you get married, it's to death do us part, not to divorce do us part. So you know that you just have to like really have faith and find that person who love you. Because there are men out there. There are men out there that will love you the way you are. You know, and that's one thing that you have to look for. You have to see when you get married. You have to see. You can't see it for the physical. You have to see it for the eternal perspective. Meaning that you will always be in that situation. You know, be in that institution. It's an institution. You know, like banks are an institution. They loan you on faith and on trust, and that's what you have to have in your relationship. It's an institution. You know, and as far as, you know, all the honky dory and you know, whoopee, basically breaking down sex, you know, and sexual immorality. You know, speaking from experience and speaking from the young man I am, like, you try to give your all to a person, you know, trying to, you know, keep that person, make sure you don't sever that soul tie, because you get soul ties even if you don't even engage in sex. It's just that emotional stress that weigh you down just because you're trying to carry on that person's, you know, burdens, or you're trying to just try to like you really love this person, or you think you do. Difference. People's definition of love is different, which I don't understand how, because Jesus Christ is love and He sacrificed Himself on the cross. I don't know how people read that in the Webster Dictionary, but you can't sleep with everyone because everyone picks up the spirit. It's like, you know, it's like a chain reaction. You sleep with one person, okay, you linked up in the chain now. Now that chain is going. Now that chain is connected. Next thing you know, slept with halfway everybody in the whole city, somehow, some way. You know, so that's why, in my strongest opinion, like I'm speaking from a virginity standpoint. I'm still a virgin, 20 years old. Proud of it. I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, I can say I'm pure. I'm not part of that chain. You know, you really have to be careful, because not everyone you sleep with, like they say, sleeping with the enemy. You basically are sleeping with the enemy, because that person has things that will attach itself to your spirit, that will pull your spirit and have your spirit warring against itself. In actuality, you're going crazy, depressed, suicidal, all the things that the person picked up that may not even be native to that person's spirit. Maybe from that spirit that he slept with or she slept with from like way back when. There's just so much things that could travel. You know, it's like Fallen. If everyone ever seen that movie with Denzel Washington, you know, that the spirit transfer with a touch of it, you know, so much things can be picked up. You know, like spirit's like a magnet, it just carries on itself, gets stronger along the way. You know, so you really have to be careful. I mean, some people believe that, you know, I don't want to wait till marriage. At least you like try to at least find someone that, you know, is virtuous. You know, virtuous. You know, and try to have standards. You know, just in real technical terms, I would strongly recommend abstinence. And you know what, Jesus Christ is everything. I'm gonna tell you straight up. You know, like sex is overrated. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I haven't even got close to it, but it's overrated through what I've known in school. You know, like I've been part of so much stuff going around in the house that it's severely overrated. You know, for so much things to be going on about it. You know, oh, sex is this, sex is that. I mean, because you see sex everywhere on TV. There's so much stuff going on about sex that it's ridiculous.
They trying to sell me toothpaste, and the people got to be half naked. I don't get it.
Sex sells. You know, if you want to make a quick buck, sex sells.
That got to do with me brushing my teeth.
They want to get you in the moment while you're doing it. But it's so overrated because it's much more than a moment of pleasure. It's a moment where you become one flesh with supposed to be your husband or wife. It's supposed to be joining of one body and one flesh, and that way it's supposed to be built up into an institution, into what God sanctified as holy. You know, but now it's been perverted. You know, like there's a misconception that people would say that God's against sex, which is totally oblivious. He's not against sex. He created sex for a purpose, but what happens is the enemy came and perverted it, and now people allow that perversion to dictate with their own actions. You know, pornography, fornication, orgies, men on same-sex marriages. Like it's been perverted. All that's been perverted from the natural, which is sex, which is supposed to be healthy. It's a healthy drive. It's there. It's not like it's a forbidden urge that we have. It's there. It's healthy for us. It's natural. It's a natural part of being a human. But what happens is the enemy has perverted this along with so many other things. So what I'm trying to say in short, you know, be careful who you attach yourself to, and who attaches to you, because you don't know what that person may carry in their spirit. You don't know what that person's intentions are. You know, it's not just STDs. It's also spiritual. You know, it's also spiritual. Like, you can get STD and you can be on your deathbed, or you can get a spiritual disease, which I call infection, and you can find yourself being weighed so down emotionally and physically, psychologically, that you're wasting away mentally.
Sexually transmitted deceptions. STDs. Thank you, George William. Sexually transmitted deceptions. To you, it's the world. This is what it is. It's great. It's good. I'm getting it when I want it, how I want it, where I want it. Feels good. Feels great. But think about the repercussions that follow after it. And for some of you, this video is going to last you 2 days. You're going to sit and you're going to think about this for 2 days. And it's going to be on your mind for 2 days. And then after those 2 days are over, you're going to go back into the same struggle. And it's like, okay, yeah, I know all that stuff that he said. My pastor says all that stuff. But is it really getting in your spirit? Is it really getting to you? Is it really causing you to examine yourself? Is it really causing you to think about your lifestyle? Think about what you're doing? And not just think about it. Make the change. Praise God. Make the change. Do something different with your life. Sexually transmitted deceptions is for those of us that get into relationships and I'm thinking that this is going to be my significant other. I'm thinking this person is going to be the one for me for the rest of my life. And the truth be told, half of us get into relationships and we already know from the jump, from the start, you're not the one. Why are you wasting your time with this person in this relationship and you already know you're not the one? Can we talk about that for a minute? Because throughout my history of dating, even previously being married, for those of you who wonder and want to know my business, I've never wasted my time with people who I felt was not it. If you don't line up with who I am, where I'm going, what I'm doing in my life, and where I'm going, then you're a time waster for me. And in essence, you're going to pull me out of my assignment and where I should be going with my life. So, wow, what would you say to those that are dealing with time wasters, wasting their time in relationship with people that they should just let go of?